All right, many things have changed over the past 10 years when it comes to closing on a house. Here to explain the differences we experience today are Vince Arcuri from Cooperative Real Estate and Jay Roberts from Hillsborough Title. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Always great to be here.
Yeah, I love when we talk about kind of how things were maybe 10 years ago. We were talking about the bust that happened 10 years ago. It had a huge impact on things. So I like when we kind of compare and contrast.
That's
for the better, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, but actually one of the amazing things for me is when I look back on my career, when we're even back looking at the MLS books, and you had the pictures and you listed your home, and it was like, you know, it was 4 to 6 weeks before you actually made it into the MLS book. And
4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6 weeks in 1991 when I got licensed. And now it's instantaneous. If you have your pictures, you sit on a computer and it's instantly.
Well, and I guess even the internet is, 10 years ago. I mean, of course, the internet was here, but that's changed a lot.
And so one of the things that's happened is, back in the start of the bust, right? So for the title companies that were not going out of the business because of the drop in the volume, those that did survive, there was a lot of investment being made in the softwares that they use, that both the title companies use, that the lenders use, and they were interconnecting them all to improve efficiencies.
Well, and let's talk about it, because you think, oh, they're updating their software. Yeah. No, this is a huge deal.
Millions of dollars. Wells Fargo, all the big banks, everybody was investing in these technologies and the software. In addition to all the major title company software providers and all the vendors as well. There's a huge spider web of interconnected applications now.
Well, and that's the key, that it was interconnected, not just updating individually their software companies, but making sure they could communicate with each other.
Correct. So now there's, we've drastically reduced the duplicate entry of data fields, so there's no more typos. And that was kind of the beginning of where we are today. So that was 10 years ago, was the start of that. Today, we've kind of evolved beyond in addition to protecting information and streamlining, we now are protecting your financial funds. And there's been this huge push in adoption. The timing is really great for the adoption of this as well, with all the wire fraud that we've seen, but of collaboration portals for buyers, sellers, real estate agents, and all the vendors involved to essentially try to minimize the communication that goes through emails. So that, email's been kind of, in the news a lot for people getting spoofed. And
are there some title companies still using email and still?
Well, it's funny that she said that, because just this past week, and as a selling, when I have a listing, I recommend my customers, of course, use Hillsborough Title because of I just know that they're the best and that they're secure, and I like to surround myself with the best people in the industry. I got last week an email from somebody on a home that I sold wanting me to wire the escrow, and that's just what we talk about on the show, is never email the wiring instructions. You're asking for trouble when that happens, and it's still going on.
Yeah, and so the challenge in the past has been adoption of this from both consumers, but then also agents involved as well. So now it seems everybody's really understands the purpose of this is to protect the consumer's funds. So it's a slow transition, but it's really, the timing's great.
That's why I'm surprised to still hear some of these other things.
Companies are still using it. They're likely sending encrypted emails and stuff now as well. Because it's not full adoption, so the market has to continue to go.
Ahead of the curve on this a little bit.
But it's really picking up steam and catching on. So I would definitely encourage.
It seems like it's a must. It's got to be.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage consumers to play along with this. When your title company, Hillsborough Title, sends you a link to register and use that portal. We have it for communications, sharing documents. Uploading documents and sharing wire instructions, all the key pieces that you need.
People get nervous about that, of just putting, they think they're just uploading it to the internet, they don't know where it is, but you're saying this is what you trust.
The email is what we're trying to avoid. We're using it more for notifications now than for actually delivering documents and sensitive information. That's all being done through the portals, which are all interconnected.
All right, so looking in the future, what say you?
You always like to say, what's your take home on this? And here's my take home. You're a consumer and you list your home with a real estate agent, and you go with that real estate agent's recommendation. Oh, I want to go with Joe Schmo Title Company. It's your right. You pick the title company, not the real estate agent. So you watch these segments and you see the care and the diligence that goes in with these companies. You tell your real estate agent, no, I'm going with Hillsborough Title, for example, because I know that my money's going to be secure, rather than it's his uncle's title company and he does this part-time. You're risking a disaster. And you read in the paper this week about somebody that bought a home at an auction in Pinellas County, and the money's gone. I mean, it was just a bunch of. This is the critical. This is the exchange of ownership. You stop owning it, somebody starts, and there's somebody in the middle trying to steal your money. And this is the protection who you're using to handle that transaction.
Can you tell how passionate Vince is about this? I love it. Gentlemen, thank you both so much.
You.
We really appreciate you here and letting people know these things. It's crucial. And we look forward to seeing. You can see other segments, by the way, realtyrant.com. And if you are looking to buy or sell your home, there's the number to call. We'll see you again soon, Vince.
Thank you.